Hey Pisces, I'm re-recording the beginning because I got interrupted by my son, and it's just easier to do it this way. I am a little bit sick still. I have to keep clearing my throat, so please be a bit patient with me if I have to do that and my voice goes a bit croaky. Also, yeah, that's it. So this is August reading. I'm using the Fairy Forest by Lucy Cavendish as the top three cards and the Energy Oracle cards for my main deck. So let's begin. So first off, I was feeling that there's two meanings to this card when I first saw her. So first off, I got some guidance through that said to kind of be more compassionate towards someone or something, or have more compassion now. The guidance was generally feeling as though you're not being as compassionate as you could be. Then the second way of this is like, it's kind of like a great time for you to release and kind of have that relief to be able to let things go now and move forward in your life. Now, when I looked, after I gave that message, I kind of got this glimpse in the way that I do see things sometimes in my kind of psychic way, where her face felt like it was masked. And I feel like you are, with that guidance that I gave you in the beginning, I feel like you may have some kind of stubbornness or some kind of not caring. It's hard to say, but it feels like a negative veil that's prevented you, that feels very stubborn to you, like you're being some kind of way, that's preventing you from showing compassion, and you're being asked to be compassionate and being more caring during this time. So I hope that makes sense to you. I'm not saying that you are being stubborn or anything, I'm just reading the messages, how it comes through to me. Now, nextly we have the Thinking Woman in reverse. So with this deck, it has a thinking man and a thinking woman, so it very much is a woman, thinking woman. Now, if you are feminine, if you are a woman yourself, this is kind of how it comes through. It's kind of like you've been procrastinating a little bit or distracted, and it's preventing you from achieving your goals or moving on to new beginnings. I feel like you are distracted, like I said, very procrastinated during this time. Now, if you are male, I feel like there may be a woman that is distracting you, causing the distraction. Now, this could be love and relationship, and also, again, if you are attracted to women, no matter your gender, you could very much be distracted by a woman during this time as well. So take it as it resonates with you. But I feel like you are stalling something. It could perhaps have the potential to give you income. I feel like you were full of ideas and aspirations of where you can go, perhaps how you could earn more income or bring in more money. Something like this is the kind of feel with it, but you are procrastinating or being distracted, so be wary of that. Now, definitely, again, this card confirms in a way that it could be related to love, and it could be, again, love is objective. It could be relationships, it could be friendships, it could be, family love. So be wary of that as well when applying it to your situation. We have the Angel of Love. So I get this sense of something brewing and growing. I feel like if you are coming into a relationship or you're in the early-ish stages of your relationship, this has full potential to really grow fertile. To me, this crown on her head, just of blooming flowers, to me it's future potential of blooming and growing and blossoming. But I do feel like you need to be wary of being distracted, and I have the next card is this kind of cloud that I'm going to mask over that good news. I hate when that happens, but we all have work to do, right? And that's why you're here. Insights. The next card is attachment. Now, attachment is when, if you look at the card, she is looking at the mask. This is kind of like the falseness, the aesthetic. It's not always fake, but it's not face value. It's not true, it's just face value, surface level stuff, The full foundation is this wooden pole that you are seemingly attached to by a chain. But she is not focused on her situation that she's stuck in. She's focusing on something that's not real, that's not going to help her situation. So when I say procrastinating and being distracted by someone or something, I feel like this is definitely kind of resonating with that same value and same feel. But attachment is a negative thing. I feel like potentially and that's just come to me now, and there may be a feeling, something to do with you, that you feel if you don't put your all in, if you don't do your best and you don't make extra efforts and I feel like you're putting all of these things on yourself that you always just streamline into one thing. Now, this to me, reading this like this, it could be that very much you get into a relationship and you are giving everything. And when we give everything, we expect everything back. That's not a healthy balance. It's not a healthy relationship. And you not having other things around your relationship is very toxic, not only to yourself, to your family and friends and people around you, but it's toxic to the person you're with as well. And that will not grow. It will grow weeds. And then you're in the same cycles. I feel like this is about breaking cycles. Year 2022 is about breaking cycles. This is why all the planets are retrograding. They're forcing us to admit things that we don't want to admit, face things we don't want to face. It's bringing things to the surface, Pisces. And this is yours. I know a Pisces, and I can totally see that this happens to this person. And I could see how it would resonate. Now, I feel like if you just need to be yourself within anything you do. Like, this is like one of those things our parents tell us all the time, and we're just like, yeah. But it's the most authentic piece of advice that they ever give us and ever believe in. Now, if you're a parent, see that. That's what you would tell your kid, right? And that's what you believe is in their best interest. Now, you are a child. You're your parents' child. You're the world's child. You're an earth child. You know, we are all children. So nurture yourself and believe in yourself. Like, you are good enough. You don't have to give more and everything in order to have something healthy. Like, that's not how the world works. That's not how anything works. Like, if someone really gives you their everything, like, it gets suffocating. It gets overbearing. It gets toxic, you know? Like, you're supposed to have other things around it. And I feel like this is something that relationships and that have been showing you. And I want you to realize that relationships that we're in love is exactly the same as relationships we have with our parents, with our family, our children. It kind of all blends in. It's our connection, how we connect to people. I said the same to Virgo, I think. And it's like something we need to realize. We can really look at our patterns when we see how we are with friends, with how we are with our parents and the things we went through. And you can break that. You're the only one who can stop these patterns and create new ones. And it's all about seeing things as they are. And with that attachment card, I told you that she was chained to a log. That chain's not actually attached to that log. And if she looked down, she would see that there was no restrictions. But she's choosing to believe that she's attached and stuck in that moment because she's focusing on something that's surface level. Surface level. None of us want surface level. You think you do because while we're living in it, it's like beautiful and fantastical, but it never lasts. If you're not going to go deep, if you're not going to open yourself up and let that other person open up and appreciate everyone in their vulnerable state, it's surface level. It's not everlasting. Nothing can grow there but weeds. Keep that in mind. Next is oath. So oath is commitment, right? Her words are promise, pledge, and contract. So this is a great time if you need to sign a contract or going to commit to something next level. This is the moment, right? This could be taking things to the next level. If you're in a relationship, before you take things to the next level, make sure you are dealing with that. I will say that. People don't, and we end up in these problems. But know yourself. But this is a great time for that commitment. It's a good sign that things will go your way. It's a good sign for you to make a promise to somebody or something, make a commitment for yourself in your life. It's all about that. That's what she's giving me. It's giving me kind of enlightenment as well with this. It's committing. I do feel like committing to a way of being is definitely a great resonation with that card towards you, Pisces. Now the first card we have is 7th Chakra, Archangel Uriel. So this to me, when she's in reverse, which she was for you, she gives me kind of this not being able to trust your intuition, which to me would be bad habits, bad patterns, bad thoughts. You kind of think you can trust your gut, but you can't because things are imbalanced, right? So with this, I feel like sometimes we can have these thoughts that can bring out the worst in us. Start jumping to conclusions, start making up stories because it fits a kind of narrative that you're feeling intuitively. However, I feel like you can't trust this because you have work to do. Don't trust in those negative things filtering through. Trust facts only is what I want to say during this time. Don't just work on following your heart. And that's not something I personally would give you as an opinion, because I'm all about following your heart. I'm a Taurus, and my, Venus in Taurus. So I'm all about the lovey-dovey stuff. However, this is your guidance. Don't trust your heart. Don't trust your instincts. Trust in the facts right now. Take action. Definitely feel like there's commitment here with this. Take action and movement. I feel like you, again, this is kind of in alignment with the procrastination. It's now time to move, make movement. I'm getting that kind of vibe. It's not time to sit around and wait and watch things. So with that not being able to trust in your intuition, your gut feeling, sometimes that can put us in a stop, like, oh, if I can't trust on that, it's because you need to make movement to heal, to work through your trauma in order to get to a space where your intuition will be on point. We all have energy work we need to do, and sometimes it's really hard to know whether we can trust ourselves or not. And you can always trust yourself. However, sometimes if we are vibing so low, the self-doubt, we can't hear the true voices. What we're hearing is that little thing there that's saying, oh, maybe they don't care about you because they didn't text back after 5 seconds. Maybe she doesn't love you enough because she wants to spend time with her best friend more than she does you, because you've already seen her for 7 days a week for the last fucking 3 months, but now she wants to have a night out with her friends. You're going all hissy. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of that kind of feel. Don't trust in your own negative self-doubt. This is what I want to say. And I feel like Pisces, because you're such a deep-spirited soul within this sign, you can do that a lot to yourself. And it's all about work, The enlightened Pisces can go anywhere and do anything. So remember that. Do your work and get into that space. And this is what's stopping your abundance, basically, by your patterns and your cycles not being worked on is what's going to hinder your abundance. Now, if you are working on all this and you're getting yourself in this space, then, your abundance is there. The ancient is the top of the 3rd column. Elder experience and lessons. So this is definitely a time for you to be learning things. Everything that's happening around you, pay attention. There's growth here. My camera's moved. I feel like I'm not central. I apologize. I'll show you the imagery. I get that I feel like you have a lot of wisdom that you bring with you. So I want you to learn from your experiences. Like, if this is a relationship situation, or you are procrastinating because of somebody that's, in your way, not in your way, but distracting you, causing distractions. It doesn't feel like it's bad, but it's not helping your situation and the life you're hoping to grow for yourself, and potentially with that person as well. Now, I do feel like someone is a wise owl for you. I feel like they are guiding you through this, and it could very much be the relationship you're getting into. Someone very wise and helpful. Now, but you are the one that you should be creating. Like, I feel like, they're a wise owl, but they're an accomplice. You need to find wisdom within yourself. You need to be this old lady, right? She's got her book of witchcraft and spells and all this wisdom that she's carried through for generations and generations. It's come through to her. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to apply that to your situations with your learning and your holding, the things you've been holding on to that are not helpful for you and helpful for the relationships you want to create in your life. Drop them. This leads you towards this. Man holding a coin. So this could be like that a man can be very beneficial to you this time to help you with your finances. Can help you in this way. So I feel like over here, you're procrastinating and stopping. With this wisdom that you were working through these niggles here and there, I feel like it's leading you towards a masculine figure. It could be yourself if you are male. That you are the key to your financial success, or whatever your intentions are financially. It definitely, again, this deck has gender orientations with their cards, so a male influence here. Could be a friend. If you're looking for a career change, it could be that through a friend that's a guy, they get you in the door, they help you towards that next step. So keep that in mind. Use your wisdom. Broken heart is next. Now, I feel like this is actually more of a fear than an actual thing that will happen. And it will. It will happen if we don't work on ourselves. And I don't say that to be mean. I'm just saying that you're going to keep repeating cycles if you don't realize what you're doing. If you don't realize that you can self-sabotage by being too full on. And I keep saying this because that's what's channeling through me, is being too much. And it might not even be noticeable now to the other person. And this is more your guidance here for yourself, you know, Pisces. You are receiving this guidance, not somebody else for you. So keep that in mind. I do get this sense of you are worried about going towards this, like, stopping being distracted. You're worried that it'll make something bad happen, or what if the goodness goes away. But I just don't think so. I feel like you need to walk away, release from some kind of heartache that you carry with you. The next card is walking away. So this could be a breakup of a relationship. So some of you that this apply to differently and not in terms of relationship, you could very much be undergoing a breakup here. So keep that in mind. And the advice is to walk away. She is walking towards better things. It's blossoming on the other side of the gate, right? The thing ahead is better. Now, for most of you, how this is channeling through me, it's actually kind of like you are still healing from a heartbreak in your life, and it's time to walk away from that. That's how I feel this is actually for you, Pisces, for the most of you. I feel like your garden has grown enough behind you, so you don't need to hold on to anything that once was, any ways that you used to be. You're not that person anymore. None of us are the person that we were yesterday, and none of us are going to ever be that person ever again, because you're growing, you're aging, you're changing. This is the natural cycle of life. Nothing stays the same forever, and we need to understand that to work with it. So now is your time to let go of anything that happened to you in the past. Don't apply it to future situations, is what I want to say to you, Pisces. If you have this feeling that something that might happen to you this month, it's going to trigger things in you that's happened to you before. This is not the same thing. And this is why I say this, because I always say we use the past to bring forward wisdom, but nothing is the same about the past experience than what you're doing now. Even when you go through the same cycles and you experience the same thing, each time it's different, because there's different aspects in it, because there's different things for you to learn from it, right? So this person, if it is regarding a person, they're different. Stop treating them like they're the same as something in the past, or else you'll lose it. And also it makes it harder on yourself and the situation at hand. I hope that makes sense for you, Pisces. Please comment below if you have any questions or any insight to how this relates to you. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next month. Say bye. Bye.